Before Naoya spins around this mountain, getting ready for his final attack. You are not Toji! You're just a dumb, weak, useless woman!
Oh, sorry. I couldn't hear you over the sound of your skull exploding. Hey, Naoya. Make Daddy a sandwich.
Toji and Maki, two characters with massive schlongs and aura. In today's video, we will go through the entire timeline of these two and go over how they farmed the verse until eventually we get to the Zenin clan massacre by our queen. But without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So to start our journey, we have to go back to where it all began, 12 years ago in the past, where we first meet my glorious, sexy king and goat, Toji Fushiguro. We first really see Toji while he's gambling, watching boat racing. Hey, if the first thing I see from someone is gambling, then we already know he's goated with a massive schlong. Yo, what up, gang? Why are you here instead of at your job? Oh, shut up, bro. Out here acting like I'm unemployed or something. That's because you are. He just like me for real. Gambling addiction and unemployment, the two pillars of society. My job is to kill the Gojo kid. I can't do that until I wear him down with some other monkeys first. Yeah. Good luck, sorcerer killer. And one more thing. How is Megami doing? Who? And here's where we find out not only is this guy shredded, a gambling addict, and unemployed, he's also a deadbeat father. Holy aura, bro. And basically what's going on, for y'all who are unfamiliar, Gojo and Geto, the two strongest special grades at Jujutsu High, have been tasked with getting Amanai, the star plasma vessel, and bringing her back to Jujutsu High to assimilate with Tengen. And some crazy religious group has hired Toji to kill her in order to not let the assimilation commence, but obviously, with Gojo there, he has to be creative with how he's going to do this. So he decides to put a bounty on Amanai's head for only a few days in order for people all over to try to attack them and wear Gojo down. Not the worst plan ever. Toji's minions like, are you sure about this? The bounty's a lot of money. We don't want someone else killing her since they paid you. Nah, it's fine. Satoru Gojo is there. He has the 6 size and limitless technique. First in centuries to have both. So no one's killing the girl with him around. Not even you. Well, I do have a 13-inch soft wiener, so who really knows? But it's funny because this random shitter bumped into Toji dropping his food being like, hey man, watch where your punk ass going. You were saying legit. And this shit was so funny. He just looks at him, not even saying a word, and this guy shits himself out of fear. Now obviously you could guess people did try to attack Amanai during those 48 hours, but no one was successful. Eventually though, after the time barely runs up, they make it safely inside Jujutsu High's barrier. They all start yapping, chopping it up until Now at this point in the show, anyone who's watched knows Gojo is the strongest. No matter who he's up against, he can't be beaten, right? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Gojo's like, don't worry, bro, I'm fine. You get Amanai to Tengen, I'll deal with this guy. I mean, I am the strongest after all. Dang. The star plasma girl's gone. I was kinda hoping to take you out with that initial strike, but I guess I'm kinda washed these days. The bounty's already been taken down, dumbass. I'm the one who took it down, you block of cheese. Gojo tries attacking him, but Toji obviously dodges. Gojo realizes this guy has 0 curse energy, and while he's thinking, my goat starts flying around the trees like he's a fighter jet jumping from tree to tree, literally just for the sole purpose of aura farming. There was no reason to even do this. Obviously though, Gojo easily blocks him, sending him flying away. As a surprise to no one though, my schlong dong daddy easily tanks it as he gets right back up flying around again. It's hard to track this guy since he has no cursed energy, so I guess I'll just track the cursed spirit on his back. Either way, he's so fucking fast, summoning blue to destroy all of his surroundings in order to have a full field of vision. While Gojo looks awfully proud of his work, we see a wall of harmless flyheads cover the entire battlefield. Can't really see since he created this blind spot. I should use blue again. Wait, he's after Amanai.
I'm about to touch you in ways you've never been touched before.
Oh no! And just like that, folks, we realized Toji is nothing like anything we've ever seen before. Before these episodes, we thought Gojo is this untouchable wall of aura, and shattering our worlds, this homeless gambling addict goes fucking nuclear, hitting a clip on this guy. Just look at Toji, bro. He's a wall of sex appeal, testosterone, and pure unadulterated aura. This is the dream physique that every man should strive to achieve. But after this brutal bloodbath, we cut back to Geto and Amanai, and the maid going towards Tengen for the assimilation. Rico, good luck. I love you. I always have. and I always will. They're over here having their emotional moment, and Geto's over here not giving a singular shit about their emotional separation. Well, to be fair, he's been on this mission for multiple days and probably wants to be fucking done already so he can chud max by eating Doritos and gooning while grinding League of Legends. Jip. Goodbye. Wait, Geto, I don't really want to do this anymore. Don't worry, gang. Me and Gojo already talked about this. We decided that if you weren't fully comfortable with this, we wouldn't go through with it. I mean, you're the strongest after all.
Well, I always knew this day was to come. I thought it would be okay if I simulated knowing everyone else was happy. But I want to stay with everyone longer. I don't want to go. I want to explore, experience new things, and make more memories.
Rico, let's go home. Alright, job's finished. Bye. What? How? Point and click? Oh, that's not what you meant. Well, you see, Satoru Gojo got in my way, so I slapped him down with my meat. Obviously, our boy Geto doesn't take this too well as he tries attacking Toji, and this shit is just so funny, bro. Geto sends his dragon to attack, and Toji's just standing there, completely unbothered, like, no shit, this weak stuff ain't gonna touch him. And my goat is so tough, bro. Even while the dragon tries eating him, he whips out with a few pop shots, which Geto can barely even react to. The dragon fades away as we get our sexy, glorious king glistening in the light like the golden god he is. Calm down, monkey. Let's just talk this over like big boys. So, here's a question I've been thinking about a lot recently. It's 2001, September 10th. You're in the bunker with Osama bin Laden. He says the only way to prevent the attacks is to get on your knees and start sucking. Are you gonna do it for the greater good? No one will ever give you credit, but if you don't do it, you'd have to live with the guilt forever. What are you choosing? What? Well, I thought of a pretty ingenious answer. I would say no. Reason being is that after the September 11 attacks, they heavily beefed up security, meaning if it never happened, the security would be still super weak, basically meaning it would probably happen again eventually. So either way, it would be useless to do it. Enough! You killed my friend and now you're asking me stupid ass questions? I'm gonna end you. You're boring, but fine. Have it your way. Geto walks in once again, trying this bum-ass dragon against Toji, which obviously doesn't work as Toji just aura farms through the air before slicing this bum in half. But as Toji gets close, Geto hits him with the Itachi Genjutsu. This weird bitch comes out and asks him,
Am I pretty?
I guess I'll just come out and say it. I've cracked chopped tortas more attractive than you before, causing the domain to activate with all these scissors around him. Obviously, my goat noticed this attack, negating it in like 2 seconds. Geto tries absorbing Toji's curse, saying, now I win, before it eventually fails since the curse was bound to Toji. And I'd just like to ask Geto, like, what amounts of copium were you snorting to think, quote-unquote, locking down Toji's armory would save you? I'm fairly certain Toji uses weapons to make it as efficient as possible, but even with only his bare fists, he could still bend you over and insert, but whatever. And yeah, it's at this point, the fight is just fucking over, cutting him up and bitch slapping him across the building. You have the blessing of parentage, but even with that blessing, you were both beaten by a monkey like me. You can't even use curse techniques. Obviously, to anyone who's watched the show, realize this man Toji said monkey one time, causing Geto to spiral, making it his new favorite word. And this next scene was just so fucking funny. This brother just randomly remembers you as a kid in Megami. Ah, that's right. I named my cursed spirit Megami. This guy isn't real, bro. Referring to your kid as a cursed spirit is diabolical work. And yeah, just like that, Toji became one of my favorite characters in all of anime. This homeless gambling addict with the body of a Greek god just walks out with zero fancy techniques, only punch, kick, massive penis, and proceeds to dog walk and embarrass 2 special grade sorcerers without breaking a sweat. Like, it's quite possibly impossible to make a first impression less raw than this. We cut to Toji and his minion bringing the body of Rico to the religious group, and these guys are weird as shit. Toji gets his bag and walks home after a hard day's work until... Hey there. It's been a while. What? I'm still alive and kicking, big boy. Reverse curse technique. Exactly! Cursed energy is negative energy. While it can enhance the body, it can't regenerate it. So, you multiply that negative energy against itself to create positive energy. That's the reverse curse technique. Easier said than done, though. I could never do it until now. What the fuck, bro's tweaking? Maybe I shouldn't have hit him with the Fent-tipped knife. I'm freaking out! I should probably just put him out of his misery. Toji comes charging in, but it's just so cooked. Gojo has awakened and is zooted off Fent. He's reached 120% of his crackhead potential. Curse technique reversal. Red. And hitting Toji into the wall, this guy is straight up aura farming in the air, high off his ass. Toji gets ready to attack, but yeah, it's kind of Toji over at this point.
ごめん、あまない。
Hollow. Purple. I'm coming down. Any last words? A few years from now, my son will be sold off to the Zenin clan. Try and make sure he doesn't become the greatest fraud of all time. I can't make that promise. As sadly, my glorious king dies, but being the goat he is, dies while standing. Even death can't bring Toji Fushiguro to his knees. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the prequel is over as we move 11 years into the distant future where we meet this video's second main character, Maki Zenin, a spicy girl with a chip on her shoulder and a lot to prove. First time we really get to see Maki is in the JJK0 movie where she and Yuta have to clear out this school that's apparently been cursed. Unfortunately, almost immediately they're eaten by some big ass curse.
God damn it! This wouldn't have happened if I wasn't stuck babysitting some sissy twink.
And while, as we know, most Jujutsu sorcerers are resistant to curses, something's wrong with Maki as she nearly passes out. Yuta eventually handles it, but this is when we realize Maki's not like other Jujutsu sorcerers. As of now, we don't really know why, but let's just keep going. We'll find out more later. Cut into a few months later, Yuta and Maki are training together sword fighting. Yuta is actually looking fairly good until Gojo comes by to visit. Yo, what up, gang? Oh, Gojo.
Dumbass.
That was a cheap shot.
Aw, pussy boy making excuses for why he's letting a girl beat his ass.
That's it.
Time to beat women.
He's learning fast. Obviously, though, the femboy gets taken down by Maki, no sweat. Although, them training together has slowly formed a bond. Later, we see them talking, and we finally get to find out more about Maki's character and her motivations.
What up, twink boy?
Oh, Maki. Hey, why aren't you out on the mission?
They only sent the second years, and we were told to stay back.
While talking, though, Yuta decides to ask Maki why she became a Jujutsu sorcerer.
My family is the Zenin clan. Do you have any idea what the minimum requirement is to be a Jujutsu sorcerer?
I don't know. What?
Being able to see curses. I can't even do that. I need these nerd glasses just to see them.
Then why are you a Jujutsu sorcerer?
Because I happen to be spiteful. I plan on returning one day when I'm stronger. And then I'll obliterate the Zenin from within.
This motherfucker was not kidding, but obviously, you know, that's to come. I wish I could be just like you, you know, strong and cool and not a scrawny fraud femboy. Maki does the typical tsundere thing, walking out the room blushing and not letting him see.
That was low-key smooth. I'm definitely pegging him later.
And both schools for Jujutsu Sorcery are coming together to participate in the school exchange event, where basically the students participate in random games against each other for fun. And here in the Kyoto school is where we are introduced to the max prestige level cunt Mai, Maki's twin sister. She's an insecure loser who goes around putting others down to make herself seem better. Are they sisters? Yeah, they're twins. Hey now! Don't go calling us twins. You make it sound like we are equals. I mean, yeah, we can already tell she's a piece of fucking work. Then we see Megami get bitch slapped across the field by Todo as Mai grabs on Nobara so she can't help him. Poor Megami. He's made Todo mad, so I guess I'll have to go comfort him later. Damn. I thought you and Maki were identical, but I was wrong. Her ass is fatter, her waist is thinner, and your breath smells like cheese. As this whore pulls a revolver out on her because she's so insecure. We cut to Nobara on the floor looking clapped as Goat Maki comes in stopping her.
What do you think you're doing, Mai?
Oh, Maki, you're such a loser I didn't even notice you.
Well, if I'm a loser, then God have mercy for what you are.
My neck gets so sore from looking up at others, so I need you, dear sister, to look down on. Dude. Someone kill this girl. Holy shit, she's annoying. Maki distracts Mai by putting her staff in her face as Nobara comes back up to choke her out. Let's go, Nobara. Quite literally one of your only good moments in the entire series. Then Todo comes back and has one of the funniest dialogue exchanges I've ever seen. Mai's like, I'm just getting started. And Todo goes,
No, you're not.
this guy, bro. Literally the most unslanderable character in the entire show. Hey, Maki, is what Mai said true? That you have no cursed energy?
Yep. In fact, I can't even see curses without these glasses.
Then why be a Jujutsu sorcerer?
To spite my family. I can't wait to see their faces when I return as a big shot sorcerer.
Cut into the exchange event, Maki faces off against Miwa, who explains she wants to do good so she can start earning more money. Maki asks her why she even cares, and Miwa goes,
Because I'm poor.
dude, JJK season 1 was so much more comedic and whimsical than the rest of the show. It's funny. We get a quick flashback of Mai telling Miwa about Maki. Maki? She's a total weakling. She's barely grade 4 and is just a normal human being swinging around cursed tools.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Cutting back to the fight, Miwa realized Mai was full coping as she gets her cheeks spread by Maki. She gets yeeted on the cliff, falling into the river before deciding it's time for her ultimate move. A simple domain in which anything that enters the 2-meter radius will get sliced at immediately. Maki, being the schlong-donged individual she is though, already sees through this plan, snapping her spear in half before launching it at Miwa, causing her insta-swing move to activate, closing the distance before getting in her face and grabbing her sword out of her hand. Proving to everyone that Maki is badass and not to be messed with. And now for the moment you were all waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, the sister rematch of the century. Giga Chad, massive penis older sister versus beta femcell bum younger sister. Maki takes the first shot, but of course, Goat Maki slices it in half. God damn, she's tough, bro. Maki cuts the branch Mai's on, causing her to fall as she comes flying in, smashing her on the side with a crazy kick, as we finally get a quick flashback to their childhood as to why Mai was such a cunt. Everyone in the Zenin clan shamed Maki and Mai for having no real curse techniques or abilities. They were both viewed as trash by everyone, so Maki wanted to leave the clan in order to create a better life for herself, but Mai couldn't really understand why staying at the bottom with her was such a bad thing, so she felt the only other person that truly understood her was abandoning her, so, you know, Cutting back to the fight, Mai shooting at her while Maki's dodging everything. After 5 shots, Maki charges in before instantly deflecting the 6th shot. Knowing Mai is now out of ammo, she charges in before, out of nowhere, Mai shoots a 7th bullet. Mai's curse technique that Maki was unaware of was creation. Using curse energy, she could create real matter, but this expended copious amounts of curse energy, so Mai could at most make 1 bullet per day, which is why she uses a revolver to create confusion. Finally, I win. As last second, Goat Maki somehow catches the bullet in mid-air. Holy aura.
Get that weak shit out of here, bitch.
Mai starts molding, blindly attacking, but obviously, this was never gonna work as Maki forces her to submit after being beaten.
Why? Why did you leave the clan?
Come on, bruh. You know the answer to that.
We could have just done a few chores and lived like everybody else. Why couldn't you have just stayed satisfied at the bottom with me?
Because I'm meant for greater things in this lifetime.
And yeah, this scene is super sad, and I get both sides. It's just unfortunate they had to grow up in this super evil, abusive clan. But with that, guys, we have finished all the build-up to Maki as a character, and now we move to Season 2. The Shibuya incident. Shit was going down in Shibuya. But as we all know, this is a Maki and Toji video. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, Toji's dead. Isn't the rest of the video about Maki? Well, he was dead, but in Shibuya we meet this old ass lady who has the ability to revive the dead's body for her grandson to use. This shitter eats some weird vial while the grandma completes her voodoo spell, giving her grandson Toji's disgustingly strong body to use in battle. And yeah, unfortunately for this monkey who is fighting him, he gets bent over and used and abused. Then after Toji touches this bum, we see he starts like malfunctioning before the grandma says to go down there and kill as many sorcerers as possible. Who do you think you're ordering around, you wrinkly fuck?
Huh? What's this? I always make it a point not to channel the soul, so this type of stuff doesn't happen.
I don't know why, but my body's always been special. I guess that's why your grandson's soul lost my body.
Impossible!
Kill sorcerers, huh? You're a sorcerer. As my goat one-taps this bitch getting out of retirement to farm Elo once again. But alas, as sad as it is, we'll have to wait a while until we see Toji again while we cut over to Maki on a mission with Naobito, Zenin, and Nanami. They walk down this hallway until they eventually run into Dagon, and before anyone can react, Naobito already grabs him before bitch slapping him with this technique. But eventually he's depressed knowing Hanami was killed, causing him to evolve like a Pokemon into his final form. They start fighting, and Loki, this old ass man, is carrying the team as he's putting belt to ass on this thing. And while it's looking like old dude has this shit handled, out of nowhere Dagon whips out the
Domain expansion.
And in his domain, Shikigami spawn on you, instantly gnawing at your flesh. Although, like before, Naobito is a cut above Maki and Nanami as he activates an anti-domain technique to counter the can't miss attack. Dagon bitch slaps Maki away, calling her weak, but Maki survives.
If I'm so weak, then why can't you one-shot me? Hakuto, bitch.
She cold, bro. But when it all looks over, Megami comes in out of nowhere with his domain to counter Dagon's can't miss effect. At the same time, he delivers Playful Cloud to Maki, who grabs them going to town on this walking piece of calamari. As Nanami and Naobito come back protecting Megami and attacking Dagon. Megami then tells Nanami he plans to open a hole for all of them to escape, so Nanami calls them over. Octo Monkey doesn't give chase right away because he doesn't realize what they're doing. But when he eventually does, it's too late. And when they're all about to jump in, fucking Toji enters the domain out of nowhere. What do you mean? Literally all of them are confused at who this guy is as he teleports to Maki, yoinking Playful Cloud straight from her hands. She's shocked knowing she didn't sense any cursed energy from him and still somehow lost in a contest of pure strength. Now Obito realizes it's Toji and sharts himself out of fear knowing this guy's penis is literally 92 feet long. Basically, with the Granny's seance technique, it usually runs out when the body's vessel runs out of cursed energy, but because Toji never had any cursed energy to begin with, the technique is running rampant. Right now, Toji's vessel is just fighting off pure instinct and is constantly targeting the strongest around him. Dagon's like, a human with no cursed energy, not worth my time. And, you know, we all know what happened next. Toji comes flying in at Mach 400, bitch slapping this guy across the world. Dagon, panicking, launches some fish at Toji, but they obviously don't do anything as Toji comes in like a bullet train, absolutely blasting his way through this monkey. Eventually, though, Dagon drags him underwater, and this guy is not impressed at all. As these Godzilla-sized monster isopods come flying in trying to eat him. Even being thousands of times bigger, Argo easily smacks this thing away with his schmeat before the massive wave sends Dagon to shore. Maki's over here gawking like,
Bro, who is that?
that is who you wish you were. While we see Bro hitting him with a drop kick of doom and despair, and we see quite possibly the most disgustingly raw thing I've ever seen. Toji smashes Playful Cloud against itself in order to sharpen the fucking thing. Oh, Toji. Oh, Dagon is about to get diddled. He tries to run away, but now Obito comes in kicking him towards Toji as he pole vaults himself at Dagon before stabbing him through the face and then hitting the most brutal Mortal Kombat style finisher the world has ever seen. And just like that, Dagon's cheeks were rearranged. Although, as said before, Toji was constantly bearing fangs at the strongest one. Next in line was...
How did I get outside?
This guy got blitzed so fast he didn't even realize what happened. Then, while they're panicking, Jogo randomly appears mourning the death of his friend. Bro, the memes for this were so funny. Because Toji was targeting the strongest, he was hiding around the wall, peeing himself, keeping his cheeks clenched, hoping Toji wouldn't notice him. But alas, he gets Nanami down to 1 HP, kills an Obito, and seemingly also Maki. But before we can worry about Maki, someone in immediate danger as well is Megumi, facing off against the man that left for the milk all those years ago. Megumi tries to visualize winning, but against Toji, he realizes the chances are next to none as he instantly panics, summoning hundreds of rabbits to protect him. Megumi runs away into his warehouse, but Toji is already waiting. Megumi's like, fuck it, as Toji literally negative diffs him. This shit was so satisfying to watch. And then, my God, quite possibly one of the most legendary raw scenes in all of anime. Toji smashes the ground, sending debris everywhere as he literally starts sending them at each individual rabbit, deleting all of them. God damn, he's so fucking cool, bro. Toji pops up, bitch smacking Megumi into the truck just before kicking his ass away. Now, why was Toji not using his curse tool to kill Megumi this whole time, you may ask? Well, it's simple. Plot armor. Cutting back to the fight, this guy fucking kicked an entire truck at him. Holy shit. Megumi eventually escapes in the building, thinking he's in a safe, and at the same fucking truck gets thrown at this guy. Hello? Megumi realizes the longer this goes on, the worse off it'll be. So he backs into an alleyway for a quick, decisive battle. Toji blitzes in, but Megumi uses his rabbits to create a shadow for Toji to fall into, making his kill shot not hit any super vital organs. Low-key, actually 500 IQ, I ain't even gonna hold him. Even still, Toji dodged the counter, but after getting a good look at Megumi, some of his memories come back. Hey you, what's your name? Fushiguro. You mean your last name's not Zenin? That makes me glad. As he stabs himself in the head, putting an end to his rampage. So peak. Somebody give this guy the Father of the Year award. Obviously, this was the only way out, as no one could actually take down Toji otherwise. I don't care if you throw the entire verse against Toji, he's still not losing, and that's why he's my GOAT. And yeah, boys and girls, that's the end of the story of Toji Fushiguro. But don't you worry, folks, because there is one special woman still out there ready to continue on with the mantle. But now, guys, we've gotten to the moment all of y'all waiting for. JJK Season 3 with Maki returning to the Zenin Clan to have a respectable adult conversation. Now, really quickly before that, let me introduce you to Naoya Zenin, a child prodigy who hates women. Women's rights? How about we talk about women's wrongs type of guy. Now, as you remember from earlier, the previous head of the Zenin clan was diddled by Jogo, and in his will, he stated Megumi to be the new head of the clan. And being the head of the clan gave Megami the rights to all the cursed tools and weapons in the Zenin vault, which they needed to get because some other shit going on in the story, don't worry about it. So he sends Maki. Cutting back to the clan house. What up, you dirty whore?
Oh, it's you.
Maki, you were always a worthless woman, but at least you had a pretty face and tits. But now, with your burns, no man would ever want you. Brother, speak for yourself! I'd let her do whatever she wanted to me.
The way you hate women so much. Are you sure you're not just hiding the fact you like dick?
Talk to me like that again and I'll break both your legs. Hey, get back here when I'm threatening you, you worthless woman.
Looks like I struck a nerve.
As we cut to Maki making her way over to the vault, her mom is schizo screaming like an actual monkey, being all like, I wish I never gave birth to you. Like, brother, calm down, you freak. Everyone in this clan is a fucking nut job. Also, I wish I never gave birth to you. A crazy thing to say to your child, but okay. Eventually, though, Maki gets to the doors and her father is waiting there. My failure of a daughter. We anticipated you coming and already moved all the cursed tools. As we cut to Mai heavily injured on the floor. You idiot. Why would you come here? As looking cold as shit, Maki walks up ready to throw down with her abusive father. They get to scrapping, but sadly, Maki almost immediately gets farmed. You failures. Compared to my brother, I excel at everything over him. But do you know why he became the clan head instead of me? It's because of the quality of my children. Children should not bring their parents down, you know. It's because you two are such useless failures that everything was taken from me. Down here, we keep countless grade 2 and below spirits. Be gone, the soul stain on my life. As he throws down both Maki and Mai all the way to the pits of Tartarus. Eventually, though, we get thrown into this dream world on a beach. Mai explains to Maki that in Jiu-Jitsu, it counts twins as basically one person. So, even if Maki keeps training, there will always be a limit because Mai is there to hold her back. So she'll sacrifice herself for Maki. She obviously doesn't want this to happen. Mai knows what's best. I will take your cursed energy and everything with me. So, promise me one thing. Destroy it all. Maki's about to have 0 cursed energy? You know what that means? As in her last moments, Mai uses like a binding vow or something to make her curse technique powerful enough to manifest a blade, the Soul Split Katana. We've even seen this blade once before with Toji. Its unique property is that it attacks the soul directly, therefore allowing it to negate any defenses. And while Maki's on the floor mourning the death of her sister, we see hundreds of cursed spirits surrounding her until... all of the cursed spirits were exorcised? I worked so hard to forget this fear, but... my body remembers as he senses the aura of Toji being reborn into another. He gets ready to attack, but bro got no deft.
Mai, let's get started.
As the alarm bells start to ring, hundreds of Zenin foot soldiers surround her.
Staying at the bottom with you would have been the right choice. I'm sorry, Mai.
The fight starts, and honestly, calling this a fight may not be the right word. More like massacre. She starts going crazy. This guy gets kicked so hard he spits out gallons of blood. This guy gets split in half. This guy pees himself. And it's just brutal. Everyone is getting diddled. She starts sliding across the floor like Ida from My Hero before slicing his legs off. She gets right in this guy's face like...
sorry, this ain't personal, but...
as she hits him with the Goku Bruce Lee 1-inch punch, sending bro flying. And it's at this point, if I'm one of these shitters, I am abandoning my post. Fuck the clan. Fuck honor. I want to live. She eventually flies around like a Beyblade before every single last one of them is clapped. And now that all the shitters are out of their way, the big boys come into play. This guy hits Maki with the stone clap, seemingly popping her like a grape. But obviously, my queen would never die from an attack like that, as she runs up on this guy before ripping out his throat. My God, what a fatality. Then she runs up on another one of these guys before spamming the same move again. Holy fuck. Bro, out of all the moves we could choose, we were spamming the most brutal one physically possible. Ronta eventually uses this technique, which allows him to keep her in place frozen, and Maki's just looking up menacingly like she's enjoying the challenge for once. And a lot of people mention this, but this guy is literally dying trying to hold her in place, and the second guy is moving with no urgency. Like, bro, what are you doing? Stop trying to aura farm for 1 minute. You're not that guy. The current Zenin clan only exists thanks to the whim of Toji. You realize it too, right? She's become just like him. Eventually, though, after Obro stopped aura farming, he eventually decides to fire off his attack, dropping hundreds of punches down to this guy, putting an end to Maki. Well, At least that's what this guy thought. As we see her throwing this bum's head into the river. How cruel. Don't you have a human heart?
No, she took it with her.
As we get this flashback of Naoya as a kid seeing Toji for the first time, he's like,
I heard there's a black sheep in the Zenin clan, a man with zero cursed energy. I wonder how pathetic he looks.
bro took one look at Toji, and in that moment, he knew. He knew that Toji was the man that stood at the pinnacle of all races. He knew his clan was max coping by calling him a failure. He was the only one who could acknowledge Toji's strength, and he believed the one who had the right to stand by Toji and Gojo was him. You aren't Toji! As the animation kicks into this insano style. Holy shit, bro. He surrounds Maki, hitting her hundreds of times a second before throwing her ass into a mountain. They keep going, and I just gotta say it again. This animation is fucking insane. Maki digs her feet in the ground, ready to embrace this monkey, before Naoya spins around this mountain, getting ready for his final attack. You are not Toji. You're just a dumb, weak, useless woman.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't hear you over the sound of your skull exploding. Hey, Naoya. Make Daddy a sandwich.
And just like that, folks, the monster known as Toji Zenin has been fully reawakened in a new vessel named Maki. Now, there is one more part of the timeline where later in the manga, she actually is able to fully leave everything behind like Toji, becoming fully awakened. But that's kind of boring, so I think this is a perfectly good place to leave it. So yeah, also big thanks to Ambray VA on TikTok for voicing Maki. She did a great job. I'll leave links to her shit in the description if I remember. Also, Patreon in the description if you guys want to watch me react to JJK and other stuff. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.